What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel are for those of you who have Cancer in your placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever, Cancer. This one's for you. And I do tarot card spades based off our ruler here, the Ghetto Moon. This is Rhonda, Cancer. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going for, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Cancer. Look how the energies are lining up. Happy Mars Day, Cancer. It's Tuesday. Hope you're feeling action-packed, energetic, ready to tackle the day. Mars is here to support that as well. Love that. And Cancer, we are in a waxing crescent phase in Aries. And this is a dope one, I feel like, for the moon to be in. Because Aries, this energy, I feel like, really encourages you, Cancer, to pursue whatever it is that you've been maybe kind of flirting with over the beginning of the lunar cycles here. To go with bravery, with boldness, with determination. To turn that fear into fuel. And to realize, too, Cancer, that fear is just false appearances or false experiences appearing real. And you can, where there's a will, there's a way there, Cancer. Hold on, Cancer. I like that. Thank you. So, Cancer, I feel like this is a great energy for also, Aries is the initiators of the Zodiac. So this really is a great time to really start some things up there, to really put the energy behind that. And thinking too, Cancer, the dispositor of this moon phase is Mars, who happens to be in Capricorn right now. And Capricorn, or Mars, does very well in that Capricorn energy. So now we're in that very high drive type of energy, very disciplined, very determined, very supported. I feel this moon phase and this moon energy is, and I feel that's going to be nice too, considering when we get into that first quarter phase there, Cancer, here starting tomorrow, but we'll get into that later. So just something to think about there, Cancer. And then the last couple of things. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching their Cancer, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you'd enjoy the energies that they bring. There's a link for a couple of astrologers that I like watching as well, their Cancer. And then some tools for some other resources that I like. So that description box is just a little treasure box of just stuff there for you. So utilize that energy there, Cancer. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day here, which is the last quarter moon in Virgo, which is a card of attend to details, Cancer. And I feel that this is, considering that we're at the beginning phases of this lunar cycle, to start getting more, making this, it's like maybe this abstract dream or abstract thing that you're trying to tackle, and really start paying attention to those details. We get into that Virgo energy as far as starting to maybe set a checklist as far as like, okay, I'm going to go about it this way. We're going to try this thing, make tweaks depending on this, but okay, on the off chance that this happens, really just getting very methodical is what I feel with this energy there. What are some things that are going to, and even with when we think about the last quarter in this waxing crescent, I know so many lunar things going on here. is I feel like it's like, what things do we need to make space in order to get this stuff started there? What things do we need to let go that may be getting in the way of getting this thing started there, Cancer, or could prevent some, or who could what? It's like, what could, just like what roadblocks may be getting in the way of this, Cancer. And just, I feel like it's not letting this energy stress you out, but I feel like when you have a plan and really kind of are very intentional with this, Cancer, I feel like you're more likely to follow through than when we keep things a little nebulous, like in our head, and keep things just kind of abstract in a sense, and letting them morph all the times, as opposed to just kind of grounding this energy here, Cancer. With this lunar cycle, I wrote down my little thing there, kind of had wrote a note to the universe, and kind of folded that up and put underneath my pillow as a whole thing there, Cancer. But yeah, just something to, I feel like, think about when we're, what details do we need to kind of come into play in order to get this thing started, and make sure that we've effectively followed through and really incorporate this in our routine, because that's one thing that Virgo energy deals with as well. But let's go ahead and get some tarot on this, Cancer, and get some details with this. All right, Cancer. All right, let's see what's going on here. Look at all these lovely ladies here. Oh, and the sun. I'm with it, Cancer. So you have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, which is actually Aries for me. And then the Four of Pentacles, the Sun card, the Eight of Swords, and then the Seven of Wands here, Cancer. And where do I start? Let's start with the Seven of Swords, Cancer. Or excuse me, Seven of Wands. Because I feel with this Seven of Wands energy, this can be a card of criticisms. And I feel that we want to be mindful of, when we are setting this thing out to what we're doing, that we're not being overly critical of the process in a sense. There's a lot of things that I'm sure that we need to take care of, but I feel we don't want it to get to where it keeps us where we don't move. This Eight of Swords energy, where it keeps us kind of locked in there and prevents us from taking action. Queen of Wands energy. I feel like we want to keep this healthy sense of considering our options there, and just kind of going as we go, because it's very interesting combination when you think about Virgo energy. They are a very, they get Virgo gets stuff done, but I feel like it's because it's when they're operating in a more kind of higher expression, that they know that everything isn't going to go exactly according to plan. That we can plan so much, we can prepare for so many things, but there's going to be certain things that we don't see here with this Sun card. And I feel that it is being open to just kind of learning along the way here, I feel, with the Queen of Pentacles here. And I feel like it's a bit like acknowledging where your skills are at as you're going through this stuff there, Cancer. And I feel with the Four of Pentacles here, this is the getting the tools and finding different things, I feel like, to assist you with this thing as well there, Cancer. Kind of tapping into your reserve, like tapping into like different resources, like let's say, for example, if we're starting up wanting to do like a meditative practice, getting into that sort of routine, digging into maybe some literature maybe that we happen to have, or maybe going into tapping into tapping into like the energies, like with like the internet and things along those lines, I feel like is what's this kind of Four of Pentacles there. And again, I feel like I feel grounding this energy is going to be a very important way of doing this to their, Cancer, just so that there is a higher success rate for this thing to just stay in, just to keep that thing on course in a sense. And again, not to let it be so abstract in a sense. is what I'm really kind of feeling with this energies here. And I feel too, Cancer, to try not to let, because whatever this is that you're starting off, and maybe you've shared this with others, and maybe they're in this kind of Virgo energy where it's just like, well, have you considered this? Are you going to do this, Cancer? What about this? What about that? And I feel like it's letting their criticisms or their things. It's one thing if someone tells you something you don't think about, and then it's just like, well, had you considered this resource, as opposed to just like assaulting your dream in a sense and have you getting where you feel like you need to be on the defensive here with the Seven of Wands. So that I feel like is just another energy to kind of look out for there, Cancer. Make sure that we are living our truth and staying clear and very, and like even showing the people that like you're like, okay, sure, there may have been some things that I hadn't thought about, but that is a lovely thing about having another fresh set of eyes on this. And yeah, just just something too I feel like to consider there, Cancer. But let's go ahead and get a little bit more energy on this. Oh, Cancer. Speaking of, there's Virgo's ruler. The Magician's starting to follow you around there, Cancer. I'm with that. So you have the Magician. And what else we got here? Oh, and the interesting, Cancer. These are some very interesting energies that are kind of following you here, because you have the Magician, the World, the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Temperance card here, Cancer. And I feel with this Magician here that it is knowing that you have all the tools that you need in order to manifest. And I feel like it's just like, how do you intend with this Magician to utilize this stuff there? How are we going to see this through here to the finish line, in a sense? What are some things that I feel too, even with the World card, there's something here about just like something that's needing to close out in order to get something else going. Maybe we have a lot of things that we're getting started here, and it's not that we're maybe not even closing it out, but maybe even just like shelving something. Maybe things aren't quite, maybe again we're taking on maybe a little bit too much more than we can chew, and it's getting kind of hard to balance this stuff out there. So I feel like it's not overloading yourself there as well too, Cancer, with this Two of Pentacles. Focus on your main thing, this bigger energy there, and then as you grow, things can compound there, Cancer. And the Temperance card is this card of balance, this card of moderation in what it is that we do there, Cancer. But it's interesting. I'm looking at her pouring this cup of tea, and actually, let's get a little bit of tea there, Cancer. I'm looking at her pouring this cup of tea, and I feel that it is, if you find yourself very stressed out by all of the details and all of the little things that are coming your way, doing some things to calm your energies there, Cancer, to get yourself back in balance, to realize that you can tackle this stuff. But again, I feel like it's something that can be, because take it from me, I have a Gemini moon, and I sometimes can be all over the place and want to have, I went to look at my tabs on my phone the other day, and I have like over 100 tabs open. It's really kind of ridiculous, but I do intend on getting to all of them, and I have gotten to all of them at those points. It's just like, they're like little bookmarks. It's just like, oh right, I need to get back to this, oh I'm going to get to this, oh I'm going to get to that, and it's just keeping the list and just kind of knocking stuff out there too as you go there, Cancer. But I feel that it is, just not getting over, trying not to get overwhelmed in all of that, and maybe steeping yourself some tea when you find yourself really stressed, or making sure to do some deep breathing there. But the Temperance is a card of creation, I feel like, as well as a card of alchemy. So the more that you attend to these details, kind of find this really kind of moderate, disciplined approach here with the World energy, excuse me, then I feel that things will start growing and going a lot smooth, very, very smoothly there, Cancer. So I dig this energy, Cancer. let's go ahead and get some advice from good old Mars here. All right, Cancer. Thank you. All right, last little bit here. Oh, look at this. All this heat that you got here, Cancer. Oh, and the Cancer. So I have to get like an alarm or something along those lines. Like, hold on, Cancer. I was not gonna do it now. Now that just looks strange. Ignore that, Cancer. You have the Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, and then here we are, Cancer, the Chariot. And let's switch back over. Yeah, I need to do something for when the Chariot pops up there, Cancer. Get like little like fireworks here. The Chariot is here. That might actually be a little bit much there, Cancer, but it's fine. But where do we want to start? Two of Wands, huh? This is Aries' hottest card here. The Two of Wands is Mars in Aries, and I feel that this is really being mindful of where we're putting our energies to. This is giving me like a sense of prioritizing with this Two of Wands energy, and not getting to where we're overworking ourselves with the Eight of Pentacles here, where we're working more efficiently, utilizing our energies there, our strength with this Leo card here. And I like that you got both the Sun, their ruler, and Leo here. And I feel like it is utilizing that big energy very, very efficiently there, Cancer, and paying attention to how when we hit these kind of bumps in the road, or we find that the chariot is starting to veer and well, you get what I mean. I was gonna say this chariot's a hot air balloon, but it's fine. But just seeing where things start to, when they're starting to veer off course, what do we need to do to temper that energy in order to get things back in alignment there, to stay on track there, Cancer. So, and I feel like it's like when we attend to those details there and get into the routine of this thing, which can feel a little mundane. It can feel a little, little extra, when we deal with like Virgo energy, because they deal with like routines and the everyday and whatnots. But it's those everyday routines that make this journey very effective, Cancer. Virgo energy, that sixth house stuff is important. So yeah, I like this energy, Cancer. Just a little something to, I feel like, to think about there as you're getting along on this lunar cycle. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So if anything resonated with you, Cancer, if you like that, give it a thumbs up and share. Isn't gonna do it, Cancer. Oh, there we go. And share this, Cancer. If you know someone who's been maybe kind of bogged down by the details, or maybe they're not, or they're just sort of just kind of going with it, and you see that things are kind of falling all over the place there, Cancer, just something to maybe share with this with them. And then subscribe there, you Chariot. Hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week or each day. And then last little bit there, Cancer, check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for your readings, but just check your chart there, Cancer. Maybe you got some Virgo in your chart that you're not aware of there, maybe a little very efficient there, Cancer. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos, monthly ones, yearly ones, and it's a good old time, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below, but let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Cancer. All right. So you got the Hierophant here, Cancer. And I feel with this Hierophant energy that for some, I feel like if you have troubles maybe managing these details and things, maybe it's talking with someone who, because look how wise this Hierophant is. This can be a card of a teacher. And I don't even mean that you need to seek out like you're like someone who manages routines or things along those lines, whatever those people are called, but more so just see someone who is very methodical, who might operate, or just who knows how to really kind of stick to routine, and kind of ask what are some maybe tips and tricks that they do in order to stay the course. a and I feel too, Cancer, this is Taurus energy. And I feel that there is this patience that's coming through here as well with this Hierophant, like a need to, as you're getting with the flow there, it's going to take a minute to get that groove, but once you do, it's going to be really smooth there, Cancer. So, And I feel like this Hierophant is you, Cancer, really kind of becoming wise over time and getting really efficient at, discovering your own types of practices. I feel like as you're going through each lunar cycle, how you notice that you go about things, what is the one that works with you, and making those kind of deeper connections there. But let me get your other oracle card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. All right, Cancer. Oh, interesting, Cancer. All right. So, and that's I was kind of getting that with the Hierophant too, but I wasn't sure how that applied. But you have the Connect with Gaia card here, Cancer, and I like this. When I feel that when you one, it's like how I was saying earlier. It's like how I feel like this needing to take these ideas, this intentions that you're having there, Cancer, and if we really want to not just map out the success, but really see how we're checking these things off, there's this energy of needing to ground this energy, to take it from the dome and bring it to the home, writing this stuff out there. But, and if we're not sure where we need or where we're wanting to put our focus, the Hierophant is this conduit, this bridge between the divine and the material in this physical realm. And I feel that it is, maybe sitting under a tree there, Cancer, connecting with Source, connecting with Gaia, feeling out where do you feel makes the most sense. I've it was this is something too, Cancer. I'd even noticed there's some things that I had been trying to incorporate that weren't quite sticking, and then as soon as I stopped like forcing them in a sense, and just sort of like, okay, let's recalibrate in a sense. Like it's very interesting, Cancer, but it's just like things just started to lock in a lot smoother. So, and then now, like, once I made space for that type of stuff, then some other things were able to start to start evolving there. So, and that's why I feel like this is energy is just kind of asking you to their, Cancer. And I feel too that this can really even to help with when we get into that kind of stressor type of energy there, Cancer, to allow yourself to send that energy and allow the earth to absorb that, so it can fill you with this new revitalized type of energy there, and then feel kind of inspired as far as like, all right, now we're getting back into that magician state there, Cancer, and getting ready to start manifesting in a very wonderful way there. I like how this person's like working with this real earth energy there. So I dig it. I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. So you stay safe out there, getting all these details and things figured out there, and try not to be overwhelmed by that stuff there, Cancer. And you keep eyes on the moon. They're starting to really start to light up there, Cancer. We'll be seeing more and more of her here soon. We'll be having that full moon in Leo. We were talking about that yesterday, but we're getting closer where we're getting a little more of that light there. So, and I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.